So, recording. So, today I'm here with my friend.
That's how grateful I am. That's better.
So brace yourselves. Holly is my amazing friend and incredible human being. She lives in a beautiful part of Australia with her 2 kids and her incredible husband who is musician and builder and hunter and lots of entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is really amazing with people. And Holly runs incredible business for the community, and she raises 2 awesome kids homeschooling. So maybe Holly can tell us a little bit more about what you do. Holly,
Sure.
So,
Where do you want me to start?
we start about looking. Who are you?
Well, I'm Holly. Yeah, I'm a mum and a wife, and that's what I do all the time. And then I have a really big passion for helping women specifically become more of the person that they came here to be.
Beautiful. So how do you do that? Because
Well,
I had a few sessions with you in the past, so I know your work.
Yeah, so I do, there's a lot of layers. So there's, I think of it like a map, and if we had a map of the way that all the things in life flow together, and I see that the work is woman at the center of that, and that could be one-on-one or that could be in a group situation, so I do groups as well. And then there's all these other aspects to her, so it's not just one thing. Like I don't think that a woman can come to me and say, oh, you know, I need to focus on my finances and that's going to fix everything.
Right.
You know, I'm looking at a larger picture by looking at just her on her own. So it's like, I don't know what's that term of like working with the macro but actually in the micro. And so then we can look at all these other elements that are around on this huge map of everything that exists and find how she relates to each of them and how she's balanced within that. And when we can find the balance within that, that's when we've crafted the self. And so my business is called Institute for Self-Crafting. In that we're constantly working to craft all these different parts. And as it becomes more and more balanced and the flow happens more with more ease, then there she is.
Oh, beautiful. And I remember from one of our chats and sessions in the past, there was always something that stuck up with me and I had it written at home on my wall.
Cool.
It's just the saying, how can it get better than this? And that's, do you still live by that?
Absolutely. So that's a term from Access Consciousness, which is like a, I don't know, like it's a company that exists that does all sorts of healing work and self-awareness work. And it's the idea that, so Access Consciousness is about accessing your own consciousness, you know, and that's why I really like it. I don't teach their work necessarily, but I really subscribe to a lot of the practices that they use. And that question, how does it get better than this, comes from them. So it's, instead of saying, oh, life is so difficult, what am I going to do, like going into that negative thing, it's like if we ask a question, so that's a conclusion to say life is difficult. But if we have a question, we can leave it open to the universe to actually show us what's next. So when we say, oh, fuck, life's... Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Good, because I'm not going to be able to not.
I know that's
So, oh, fuck, life is so bad.
Yeah.
But when we conclude that, then that's where we're going to stay.
Yeah.
But by asking, well, how does it get better than this? We're acknowledging that maybe it's not the best it is, but we're also acknowledging that it could be better. So it leaves things open and we can't get trapped in ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, not only do I use that, but just all question in general is really, it's like a staple in my work. Asking people to move into the question instead of the conclusion.
And you taught your kids as well how to
Yeah,
live that life.
yeah. So if we're doing something that's feeling like the stress levels are going up and we're not sure how it's going to turn out, whether it's like lighting a fire or you know, running late somewhere or something, they'll just start like mantraing, how does it get better than this? How does it get better than this? Because it means that we're not stuck in oh shit.
Yeah.
And okay, well, we're asking, like, all right, show me a way that it can be better. It's got to be better.
It sounds like fun as well.
It's funny.
Your kids
Yeah.
are creative. I
Yeah.
love them. So
They're creative.
yeah.
I thought you were going to say crazy. That too.
I love them. They're awesome. They're beautiful. You've done a really great job with them.
Thank you.
Yeah. The other thing that stuck up with me from our sessions and meetings and knowing you over the years is that you believe in the creating and uncreating every day. So you choose to destroy your
Okay,
beliefs.
yeah.
Is
So
that
that's
how
it.
you say?
Yeah, so that's the Access Consciousness tool as well.
Right.
And that's, yeah, like, so any point of view that we have is something that we've chosen to have. Yeah, so I choose to feel like, I don't know, life is difficult today or whatever. So it's a point of view. I'm like holding that point of view that life is difficult. And so if I go into tomorrow, I could still have that point of view. Or I could say, well, I'm going to choose to destroy that and uncreate it. So I created it, now I'll uncreate it, so that tomorrow can have a different point of view. So it just keeps us open all the time.
I love that, and I bet it takes a bit of practice as well.
Of course, and I don't do it every day because some days I forget.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, it would be perfect, otherwise, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, not every day. I try to do a practice of destroying and uncreating the relationships that I have in my life,
Yeah.
so that I don't have points of view about them.
That's right.
And so I often destroy and uncreate the relationships that I have with my dog, because he's so dumb. Because that's a point of view, right?
And that's ongoing, isn't it? I mean, he's like 2 years old. How old is he?
3. Still going.
I love that.
I'm told he won't be an adult until he's 4.
All right, one more year to go. That's so good. So with what other relationships would you practice
Or
that?
any of like my major relationships, so my husband, my kids,
Right.
just so that each day I'm not holding on to anything from the day before. I'm seeing that, yep, something can be different.
It's raining.
Yeah, it's raining.
It's beautiful.
It always rains here, that's why it's so green and beautiful.
So you don't do it just with people that you might have negative experiences with.
No, but sometimes I might do that too. Yeah,
Right.
if there's someone that I'm just feeling really edgy with, like if we've had a little, not that happens
I
very
can't
often.
imagine
but
you.
I'm just thinking back to, like a few months ago where there was in a committee that I was in,
Right.
like a local community committee, and there was just a bit of, argy-bargy political kind of stuff going on, and I was like, this can't go anywhere. Like, all that can happen is we can keep arging and barging,
Right.
or I could step back and go, well, I'm just going to destroy and uncreate all of it. And then it was okay. Like,
Right.
So just and maybe that's just a process, maybe someone would call that letting go.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
just
like
stepping away.
the detachment.
Yeah, detachment of it, and just going, well, whatever it was, I'm just wiping the slate and let's go from here. And I didn't tell that other person that that's
Right.
what I did, but then all the shit just went away. You know? Do you want to move somewhere else?
I actually like it. I think in a car.
I'm happy. It does. It just comes little bits and goes away. It was sunny this morning.
No, I like rain. Yeah, and you have a beautiful green garden. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it. I would like to ask you about your personal journey of becoming Holly, because you had quite. There it goes again. you had quite a journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance. Would you mind sharing some of that with me?
Okay, I don't know where to start. So I always start with, I grew up in a house with a hippie mum. So that's when people say, how did you get to this point? It wasn't that I didn't have it was a fairly normal upbringing in the sense of like small town, mum and dad, blah, blah. And then my parents split up when I was 11, and then my mum went, that's the mid-90s, going into that new age movement that was just sort of blossoming at that time, and, finding new friendship groups and being involved with different parts of the community. So that was that opened the way for me, I think. And I was always going to be different anyway, different from the mainstream, but it just opened a pathway of suddenly being surrounded by people who were into that and that I could explore that with safely.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of older women that were mentors for me, and of course at that time I didn't realise, like now I can put all this into words, but I wouldn't have been aware of it then. But for instance, I had a friend, Joanne, who had a shop, and so I could go to the shop, and I worked there for a little while, And, you know, she knew that there was a group of us that were interested in witchcraft. So she would say, well, I've heard from the book publisher that these are the books you should be reading. This is the stuff that's the real information, not the confusing, rubbishy,
Was she a witch?
fluffy. But she wasn't. I wouldn't say that she was, but she had the shop that had all of that sort of stuff as
Cool.
well. So
Yeah.
she was a healer and, you know,
Nice.
like that sort of thing, and a flower essence practitioner. So I had these great role models that could point me in the right direction, which was awesome. So that was the first thing. And then I moved to Canberra for uni. And I just
So you
thought,
were studying writing.
writing,
Yeah.
yeah. And that was only because I didn't know what else to study, you know, as you do when you're 18, you don't know what you're doing. And I thought that Canberra would be this like amazingly cosmopolitan place with all these interesting people, and I'd heard that it had the highest rate of, you know, pagan spiritualism by the ratio of population. Canberra was supposed to be the biggest
Wow.
population of it in
Where are
Australia.
they?
Yeah, well that's it. And I got here and I was like, where are they? And that was, what's that? That's like in 2000, so that's 17 years ago. And I did find pockets, and so it just took a while but in the meantime I was just going, well, that's not really what I'm looking for, and it was never that supportive women's community that I'd grown up with, which wasn't even necessarily pagan, but it was just, you know, that alternative earth-based understanding and awareness. And so I just couldn't kind of find that, and at the same time I was looking for like products and supplies and things that just didn't exist. So I just thought, well, I'll just make my own shop. Like, I want the stuff. How can I get the stuff that I want?
So how old were you at that point?
23, I think. No, yeah, maybe 22.
And that was before you had
Actually, that was 22.
Baby.
It would have been. I'd had my first son,
Right.
or my first child. It was around the same time, I think, as he was being born. I'd started thinking about the process and started researching. And so by the time he was born, I'd started a market stall, doing that sort of thing and bringing in product and sort of building that up. And then when I was pregnant with my daughter, so then I was 23, I opened my shop. So I opened it while I was pregnant, which was ridiculous. And then I had the shop for 3 years. So she was born in there, and she was there all the time, and that was just our
born in
life.
the shop.
Well, not technically in the shop, no. But she was. I was there late one night for a group. Like we would hold like group discussions for all sorts of interesting alternative things. And I was there late one night, and then I went home, went to sleep, woke up, my waters broke. So she was basically like she was there all the time.
Because I have a friend who gives birth at home in the pool in the lounge room.
Yeah.
So would you say that having children inspired you to be fully authentic and to be real you for your children?